And welcome in, Gyms and Gymettes, to another exciting edition of No Substitute for Sports. I'm your host, Nick Johnston. And yes, true NBA fans are excited for a Heat Nugget finals. If you if you just take a second, you can actually hear all the influencers and fake fans in LA crying and disappearing. On to Dallas, I suppose. For the Dallas Cowboys, that's the upcoming thing that they usually trickle to. OTAs are underway. Thank you for tuning in. This is to the Generates Network YouTube page. Be sure to like, subscribe, share us around if you enjoy. You can follow us on Generates on Twitter as well if you need some more. And I'll be going live every Friday, 1 p.m. Central on twitch.tv/SportsTownShy. Thank you for those who did tune in over there. Just ripped some cards, and like I said, you can, if you want to, retweet, and you'll be able to win a free Hassan Haskins rookie card patch and a choice of two other rookie cards that I pulled in that box. So that's pretty cool too. All you gotta do is follow us everywhere, basically, and retweet that giveaway tweet. So be sure to do that. Plenty to talk about today. A few appetizers to get to, per usual. We just just saw the White Sox for the first time in person this season, and we'll be doing an actual, first time real sit down check in, ranting and raving about the White Sox, everything in between on that. Also be checking on the NBA Eastern and Western Conference Finals that may already be settling up, depending on what the Heat want to do today. Finally, AEW and WWE going head to head on Sunday with battling pay-per-views. WWE has a premium live event. Hoity, how you doing? Between Double or Nothing and Money. Oh, excuse me. I thought it was Money in the Bank. It's Night of Champions. And wrote it down in my notes. Sorry about that one. We'll preview the card and what we think will happen. We got all that, tons more in between. But before we get to all that, let me introduce to you my co-host, the founder and CEO of Fat Cat _Streams. And that's with a Z, Mikey J. Fat Cat. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's another beautiful day. It's been good. I'm ready to get this going. How about you?
Absolutely rock and roll. Like we said, had our first MLB game of the season. That was pretty fun. We'll get into that. I noticed you're rocking the free giveaway.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Came in handy. Like I said, we'll get to it. It was the sun was a little deceiving. Got a little cold. Other like actually it is today. It's so hot. It was nice. It was nice, beautiful day. But yeah, tons of appetizers to get into. Tons of other stuff to get into. We're gonna be sitting here forever. We're talking about the weather. If you want to jump on in, we can. We want to ready to roll.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Let's get into these appetizers. I'm starving here, Jim. Just want to start off real quick. Congratulations to Ashley and Bill, our former co-hosts over there. They're the Generates. He went ahead, he popped the question, and he had enough evidence that she had to say yes. I mean, I'm just kidding. No, these two have been dating forever, obviously. So congratulations, like former co-host, friend of the show, obviously, Bill Kralis. She said yes. Like congratulations to the two of them.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Congrats.
wild party. He gave, like you said, gave me the rundown. They've been dating forever since since they've been in high school. So that's been fun. And he said in a tweet, he posted everything on his Facebook and whatnot. He basically knew he was gonna marry this chick. So awesome. So it's great to see. Hopefully she didn't have any clue. I hope. That's what he said, but that's sometimes the gal always knows. The gal always knows. So congrats. Just want to start off with that. Awesome. That's oh geez, great news. Woohoo. Woohoo. I wish I had some sound effects. I would do some the
Yeah, we
clapping
have to
stuff.
get that in the future. We'll have that.
I
We'll
know
have
I
stuff
got it.
like
I just
that.
can't set stuff up. That's just my bad. So again, congrats, Bill and Ashley. That was awesome. So that's awesome. Yeah, on to the next one. We'll be waiting on we'll be and then we'll be doing No Substitute for Sports live from their wedding. No, I'm just absolutely just crash their wedding and do that. That'd be so
It's a live
just the most
show.
silent, just a silent part in their wedding, and he just goes, and welcome in Jims and Jimettes. Like,
Gotta
what the
wait when it's the
fuck?
most quiet.
Yeah, exactly. They're just doing I don't know how weddings are anymore. All right, tons of stuff, tons more to get into as well. Let's see here. So again, congrats. Uh Oh, everyone over here then from No Substitute for Sports. On to
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Next little appetizer, next little schmorgas thing to get into. If you saw, I thought this was funny. Tyson Fury calling out Joe Rogan, calling him a bald little midget for basically assuming what everybody else would assume is correct, that John Jones would beat him in a fight, assuming it would be an MMA or just a straight up street fight. I think that, hands down, John Jones is gonna beat Tyson Fury in a fight. There's not many other people that John Jones is gonna lose to. So I don't know why he's getting into such a big hugamaroo and getting his panties all up in a bunch. Like I said, bold move calling him bald when he is bald himself. So.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
And he did end up switching his tone pretty quick on the follow-up message. So I don't know. Any thoughts on Tyson Fury calling out Joe Rogan?
No, yeah, I mean, it was just funny how he called out John Jones and said we could lock ourselves in a room and I'll win. But then the next day he said, let's do it in a boxing ring. So yeah, you don't want it. You don't want it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that was basically it. He'll beat him in everything except for a boxing match. So yeah, so you get a little couple rules. You can't kick, you can't bring him down to the ground and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically where it all comes down to.
If they were locked in a room, John Jones is fucking him up.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's doing a lot more things to him just for fun. He's gonna be, high on the little cocaine, so he's gonna get a couple ideas. So
Mm.
take that as you will. Let's see here. Two more things that I mean we'll dabble in. I don't have too much onto it. I don't know. I just kind of saw it, breezed over it. Antonio Brown, he's a part of some ownership of a arena football league, and this team hasn't been paying their players. So I guess his decision is to play for said team. Like I said, ton of controversy around
Mm.
uh this whole entire squad in general. Some New York team, I'm not entirely sure. It's arena football. I only have so much of my attention span to give out. So again, this came across me and I was just like, what? So Antonio Brown to the Arena Football League. He's going to sign up and play.
Wow.
How are we feeling about this?
That's the only football he can play. So, I mean, what the fuck, and get away. Just don't come to the NFL, please.
Yeah, I'm
Just
fine with
stay
that.
away.
At this point, yeah, it's to do whatever you can to stay relevant, and this is just another PR stunt that, yeah, it's just
Put that shit on you.
probably not going to end well in any sort of situation again. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Hopefully he gets cooked in
Yeah,
arena
that would be actually
football.
pretty funny
That'd be
too. He just
pretty
gets
funny.
locked down every single play. I mean, highly unlikely considering the Arena Football League, but it would be a pretty
Oh, I
good
mean,
test. I mean, if you these cornerbacks give him an opportunity and they shut down Antonio Brown, even during this time he hasn't been playing professionally for some time, that's still going to give him a pretty good highlight tape to throw up on their huddle or something like that.
my money's on Antonio Brown cooking them all up still.
Yeah,
I
absolutely. I mean,
he's
Terrell Owens was in some sort of league. He was like 48 to still getting his. So I don't know. That it kind of makes sense that Antonio Brown's probably going to still have a pretty solid day out there.
yeah.
Yeah. As much as crazy as he is, he's probably going to still get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last one, if you got anything left on that one.
Fuck him.
Martha Stewart is going to be on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Ew. That's all I have to
Oh
say.
my
I'm sorry. I can't do this. I saw this tweet. I keep seeing tweets of, oh, she can still get it and this, that, and the other.
what?
No. She's someone's grandmother. No, it's not desirable. It's still, it's weird. It's kind of controversial to say this at this point, but like hot, gorgeous women is still what sells magazines and what people want, not like, oh my God, they're being so brave. That never sells. That never ever sells. So you can go back to multiple editions of whatever Sports Illustrated or Vogue, or I mean, whatever, insert whatever magazine, and like, oh my God, the brave edition of insert whoever it is here. It never sells, never moves it forward. It's just a PR stunt, and it always backfires. But again, Martha Stewart, cool. That's fine. Nice lady. I don't want to see her in a swimsuit. Yeah, whatever.
I mean,
Like I
I
said,
could probably agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just I again, and I don't know who still buys the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. If you're that creepy that you need to buy your fucking your cranking stuff, your crank edition,
Hmm.
your whatever you need to rub one out. You need that in print form. You're a caveman. So I don't know what else to say to you. So yeah, at the very least, again, I will. To not be so mean, I'll just say I'm not going to buy the magazine that's coming out. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I don't think I was planning on it
Yeah,
either.
I don't.
So
Yeah. Again, I don't know anyone. I guess that was the big thing, and it had to have been the big thing in the '90s. Again, that was completely missed us and our demographic. Maybe our brothers. I don't know. I would have to ask. I would have to ask Greg and see if he was like, "Hey, could you collect Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions?" Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I know we did the Sports Illustrated kids just so we can get the cards. That was about it. They used to do that, so they give you like 9 cards, and then that would be for your subscription. But never the swimsuit edition. So I'll leave it at that. Got anything left lingering on these appetizers? If you want to last little commenting, we can get on to some MLB, some White Sox, more or less, really.
yeah, let's hit it.
Awesome. So hopefully, like I say, hopefully you didn't fill up on those appetizers. Don't fill up on bread
I'm
ever.
never.
There you go. We got some White Sox. We went to a game. We got some White Sox baseball, an actual check-in. I've been holding off a little bit because, well, like I said, I didn't want to go off and have them go on a little streak. Not that they have been on a streak, but they've been doing better than most actually in the division. I'll get to that in a little bit. So overall, we went to the game on what was it? Saturday? Yeah, Saturday the
Saturday.
19th. I'm trying to remember dates. No, Friday 20. That was the 20th. 20th against the Royals. They won 5-1 off of what was, I I tap you on the shoulder. I tell you, hey, I got the half nerfy Lucas Giolito. And then sure enough, he gives up a solo shot to Salvador Perez. Yes, it got us sitting in the section 108. Those were nice looking seats. Got us all rocking the track suit. A lot of characters in the 108 section. A lot of nice people. Got a lot of season ticket holders. So like I said, hopefully they got their little group of people. So it was nice of them to allow us to come into their home, I suppose, and put up our feet, talk some shit, eat
Yeah,
some
we
hot
paid for
dogs.
a goddamn ticket, so they better let us into their home.
I know. Like I said, I mean, like I said, a group like that, they have their own Twitter page for crying out loud. And like I said,
Yeah,
it was not filled with egotistical maniacs, just a bunch of people that want to have some fun and watch the White Sox win a
just
ball
there
game.
for
And
the
sure
White
enough that they
Sox,
did.
man.
Yeah, they just want to cheer on their White Sox. And sure enough, yeah, like I said, it wasn't a stinker. It was a good game. Yeah, Moncada scoring 2, and then Jake Berger getting a RBI double or a
He
trip
cleared
three,
the bases, huh?
3 run double to score basically the
Clears the
caps off.
bags.
That was a nice one. So that was a good game for the boys. And everyone else, yeah, I mean, just good to see overall. Like I said, just the between the free stuff, the Section 108 madness, and then just want to talk about some stuff that we talked about while we were at the game. The pitch clock. Hey, welcome back to the pitch clock talk. Have you missed us? I hope not, because we're still checking in now and now. Because I was kind of right, and fuck it, I was right. I was straight up right about this pitch clock. Completely non-existent. It's there, not really an issue. Sure, an automatic ball and an automatic strike here and there, but that's kind of what the stats led to. You're going to get one maybe every other fourth or fifth game, kind of like how it is. So we were sitting there basically saying it's non-existent. Doesn't feel like the game is really going any faster, any slower. So just more efficient. Sure enough, it was. We got some scoring, we got some hits. Not enough runs and scores from the Royals. That's what we were hoping for. So that was nice. So that was good. Any comments still on just like I said, just any follow up comments that you had during the game about the pitch clock?
I thought it was great. I thought it makes it go by faster, and it seems like it just helps with everything.
I mean, yeah, I got up from my seat 3-4 times. And I still feel like I didn't really miss much. I was getting some hot dogs, get a couple brewskis and stuff like that. So I was still caught A lot of the game. A lot of the game. And I
It
mean, we were
flew
there.
by. Like if
Absolutely.
I
But it
kept
was,
saying that to you guys, I would always just be like, "Damn, this game is flying by." Like it's already the seventh inning. Like
yeah, but
shit.
it's not like we weren't really on our phone other than the beginning of the game to get to put it on our snap, and then the end of the game when the Sox won, put it on our snap basically, just to like
Yeah.
say, hey, how you doing? So it was,
And again, it's not like the speed of the game hindered the hits or anything either.
nope,
They all got hits.
yeah.
It was great.
People, the audience was engaged. I know I saw some articles saying this was the biggest weekend in attendance, over 1.5 million fans across the league. So that was pretty good. First time that has happened. That number broke since what was it, May or June of 2017. So it's been a minute. So glad to see baseball is back and in stride. So that was pretty fun. And one other comment I'm trying to remember, but I maybe it'll try. Damn it, that's why I gotta write this shit down. Yeah, either way, overall pretty fun. I can't I
Oh
can't
yeah,
complain.
it was our my old dog Ozzy's birthday on that game, so I knew that they had to win.
There you go. Hell
Named him
yeah.
after Ozzy Guillen, black and white Shih Tzu, and they fucking cooked them up. So it was a great game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Damn it. It was about the flow of the game still. Besides the pitch clock, there was still something else that I had to comment on the game. But overall, like I said, I guess it's gonna bother me. It'll pop up maybe later on when I'm talking about the White Sox checking and actually just what the maybe more or less what we'll get to. Yeah, I'll talk about it now. Just something popped up. What did you think about Ronaldo Lopez's walk up music being the Halloween theme? It
He
was there.
sucks. No,
He does or the
he's
song does?
fine, but it's not the best song to get you excited.
Yeah, I was
I don't
feeling
know.
that. So I don't know. There's a lot of comment about that, whether or not that was his choice. I don't know. I can't say. Guy from him. I believe. I think he's from Cuba with whatnot. Maybe he's seen the movie. Maybe he's aware of the franchise. It's a very popular franchise. But to say like, hey, I want that one. I don't know. Probably wants something that actually pumps him up, and I can see that. Not everything can be, they can't always play Metallica, and they can't always play probably Pantera or whatever. But a horror one to know that you're dead. I suppose you're kind of whoever's coming up is dead meat. Uh, What would you have? Maybe what would yours be? Do you have any idea what would your walk up theme music is kind of been? Because I've been kind of thinking about this past couple days. What would I would maybe play? I know I got some.
You should have asked me this in advance.
I know
Put
I
me
got
on the
some. I got some corn. I know for sure. I know I'm gonna steal one from. I'm gonna play. Probably I would play like Shoots and Ladders from Corn, or maybe Blind. Maybe speed it up a little bit. Uh,
hmm.
Also, if I wanted to play just a little lackadaisical, a little loose, maybe some Thin Lizzy, I would probably play The Boys Are Back. Boys are backing down. The boys are backing down.
Hmm.
Yes, who just got. I don't want to sing too many lyrics or get it actually all on the same tone, because then YouTube will strike us down for a copyright. So yeah, I don't know. I would definitely probably play something like that. Knowing you'll probably do. I don't want to work. I just want to bang every single
That
day.
would be a good one.
Yeah, you'll probably bring that one out for the Green Bay Packer.
I
Uh,
was thinking of just something like stupid as hell, like I don't know, like the Beatles, just like all you need is love. Like that's like something so stupid.
I would do, and shout out to Troy on this one too. I would do something that Weird Al Yankovic, because then everyone would be like, "Oh, it's this song. I like the original. Why is it the Weird Al?" Then it would just like piss people off and like,
Wait,
so
these
maybe
aren't
like,
the words?
yeah, so
What?
maybe do fat instead, because I'm fat. I'm fat.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, that'd be good. Or yeah,
It's
or
better than the
Amish.
Michael Myers music.
Yeah, or Amish Paradise. That'd be pretty good.
That'd be that one. People would be dancing around for
Yeah.
that.
R.I.P. Coolio, man. That's still a
Mhm.
tough one. So yeah, I mean, they would always you can always come back on that one if you feel like you think of a better one, of course. I obviously we're
Yeah, I
skipping
played
over
I played
some
Limp
huge
Bizkit or
favorites.
something like
Every
break stuff. I was thinking, I'm gonna
everyone's been
break your
saying.
fucking face tonight. Give me something to break, and then the crowd is just.
And again, we're gonna have to do pause for a delay in the ninth inning once more because Mike has come out to break stuff by Limp Bizkit, and the crowd has
It's
done exactly
brawling.
that.
Crowd
There
is
aren't enough police.
now, Jason. If you look over there in that section, the crowd is fighting.
And what they should be doing is just sitting there and clapping for the baseball game, but they're not.
Oh my.
I love when people do Stony fucking impersonations because it's just so calm. It's exactly that.
Yeah, he has such a calming voice.
What he should be doing is this. He didn't do that.
Should have. Yeah,
He does the
I
Bill. He does
can't.
the Bill Hader impersonation of the one guy from 60 Minutes. So you stabbed him. You don't really do that. You're not supposed to do that. There we go. We digress. We do
Yeah,
all
I'll
that
I'll
here.
do Steve Stone impressions all night, so we gotta cut it.
Overall, just we enjoy the game. I've been enjoying the team a little bit lately, since the beginning of the team, since the beginning of the season, obviously. So
Very nice.
guess I'll get into the check-in. I suppose not exactly turning around, but it seems as though the White Sox have found some sort of pulse, some sort of life, some signs of actually being a squad. As I'm looking at that, they get a win 4-2 over the Cleveland Guardians. How you doing? Luis Robert, Jake Berger has just been red hot hitting the ball. Gavin Sheets also getting there. I think Jason Benetti said of his 6-7 home runs on the season, he's hit the 4 of them in the past week and a half or so on, something like that. So hey,
Wow.
that's pretty good. Overall, I would like Tim Anderson's bat to get a little bit better. I think seeing it live and in person, didn't realize that he did have the IL stint. I'll give him that, but not having a home run so far, only 6 RBIs on the season and 6 stolen bases. The stolen bases, okay, pretty good, but like I said, got a little bit more producing on the offensive side there. TA. Oh, excuse
I
me.
don't think he's hit a home run yet.
No, he is not. No, he is not. Andrew Vaughn leading the squad in RBIs and with about 30, 31, 32. So that's pretty good. Picking up a little bit of slack. As I kind of thought he would, replacing Jose Abreu, who led the squad last year in home runs and RBIs. So it felt like he'd probably be leading the pack again.
Yeah,
Maybe
shout out
Luis
the
Robert.
game. Shout out the guy at the Sox game. We have to trade Vaughn and put Berger in for.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, something about Ken Berger learn for it. I was like, dude, yeah, no,
Like,
we're not gonna give up Vaughn. Like, come on, let's not get into that right now. Either way, I obviously we love Vaughn over here, so that's not gonna
oh yeah.
change. Yeah, pitching still a little bit stinky. Can't make you really heads or tails on what Lance Lynn is gonna do. I said DFA him a little while ago, and then
He let off one home run that game.
I know, but he's been having some really, really rough starts before that. I thought it was going to get worse. So maybe maybe that was me reverse jinxing it.
Mm.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm just trying to get him having out on that one. And I think it was a pretty good one. Dylan C's showing up, but not getting enough offensive support when he gets going, except for today. I think he actually got the win. Mike Clevenger is actually going down. He went down on a 15-day IL with wrist inflammation, nothing too crazy. He'll be back as soon as he can, but that's the minimum for pitchers now is 15 days. That's basically 2 or 3 starts now. He's been 50-50. I like some of the stuff that he's been producing. And overall, Giolito, same thing. But at least Kopech has changed his stance and he's not tipping his pitches. He had a phenomenal outing last start for him, 8 innings. And yeah, like I
Wow.
said, didn't allow really anything. It was almost perfect through 6.5, 6, 7 innings. So that was really awesome to see. But honestly, obviously, it's been the Joe Kelly show. It's Joe Kelly's world. We're all just lucky to exist at the same exact time as he does right now. Uh, he's playing wiffle ball out there. Honestly, so far in the month of May, he has 8 outings. I don't know if he went today. I'll double check. But
He is out today, I think.
did he? Let me check what he did today. If
Yeah, I
he
don't know
did,
what his stats were, but
if
I
he
think
did, obviously he didn't add on very much because like I said, I'll
I
double.
don't think he let up any runs or anything.
Yeah, that'll add even more glory to what he's been doing in the month of May. Let's see. Yeah, he did go another. Wow, another inning. So 9 1/3 innings pitched, 0 runs let up, 0 walks, 0 home runs, 2 hits now. And did he have any? No strikeouts. So 12 strikeouts still. He's just been an absolute menace out there. It's just been awesome to see him just taking full advantage of the pitch clock, full advantage of him throwing different stances, throwing different speeds. Just it's the movement on his changeup and everything that he's been. I think he's either his changeup or his sinker. I'm not not too keen on that. I'm not John Boy over here, but just been awesome. So awesome to see him just absolutely cook everyone alive as of late. So yeah, I got there you go. Joe Kelly, he's been the man. Any comment on the pitching as of late, anything late?
Yeah, I mean, just he has been incredible. Just you naming off those stats, and yeah, I feel like the starting pitchers are finally all starting to get in their groove. So the Sox can start getting it going. I mean, we have the team, we can win the game. So let's fucking do this thing, Sox. Come
Yeah,
out.
absolutely. We aren't doing anything too crazy, just being the best in the division actually as of late. The start of the month, we were, I think it was, we were going to have 20 games, 20 out of our next 30 at the beginning of the month were all going to be division games. And the Sox have been able to gain a little bit of ground on that actually, since the start of it, because everyone's kind of taking a step back and the Sox are just doing just enough to stay competitive slash actually take some steps forward. So it's been nice. That's been exactly what we want to see here. It's been good for everything that we want to do. White Sox won a lot at home on this and this recent homestand. So again, thumbs up. That's what we need. Take care of the teams that we need to. Now it's time to go on this road stand and do the exact same. Sox are in Cleveland for 3. We lost the first, just won the second, so hopefully we can clinch the series tomorrow. And then we're going to Detroit for 4 before returning home against the Angels for 3. That'll close out the month. Like I said, well, it was a slow start, a 10-game skid that was very deflating for a lot of fans. At times, I was also considering like, what am I doing? What are we doing? But I'm also throwing it out there. It's like it's very early in the season. We can't just sit here and put our heads down already. So for those that did stick around, that knew that brighter days were ahead, I'm glad you did. Glad you stuck in there. Because this is the time to kind of step forward again. Hopefully the Twins take a little bit of a step back, but just the Sox need to just beat who's in front of them and not worry about anything else. That's truly what it comes down to. So still could be better, but I'm just glad there's some sort of life for the boys in the clubhouse. So I'll leave it at that for now. Like I said, hopefully I got some constructive criticism right there for sure. Like I said, these is still not the best. I'm sure there's a lot of questionable things. Hanser Alberto getting hurt on a waving himself safe. That was like, come on, really? We got to go through that stuff. Like that's just, I mean, this boneheaded stuff like that, but they can't really do nothing about that. Just
Yeah, that was so weird.
yeah, but I like that Clint Frazier has, he's worked his tail off in AAA, got up on the call, and then, we'll be able to work Gavin out there. And when the time comes, when it's a little later in the games and maybe the Sox have the lead, we can substitute him out there like we did Adam Engel last couple seasons, who actually just got DFA'd by the Padres after only 6 at bats. So how you doing? That's like I said, like I'm just sitting here, still gonna be hopeful, still gonna be rooting. I'll be doing our best at going out to another Sox game, probably for the the next give our next good giveaway, maybe the the Hawaiian Shirt Day or something like that. Another good Saturday giveaway, another Saturday day game because that was, like I said, gorgeous. Not a cloud in the sky on that day.
It was a beautiful day.
Yeah. Any final closing thoughts on these White Sox? Like I said, hopefully getting a couple more wins and some other teams in the division just stinking it up. So hopefully that's the what we need.
Yeah, man. Just I want them to just keep it going. That's like I was just saying, reiterate on that. Just keep winning, Sox. Come
Don't
on,
stop
man.
now, boys, as Hawk Harrelson used to say. There we go. Uh you got nothing left on the White Sox. You got one little story left in the MLB. I'm sure there's tons, obviously 30 teams. You sit here all day and talk about MLB, but I want to go and talk a little Japanese minor league baseball if we can. Trevor Bauer getting sent down to his Japanese minor league affiliate. I gotta tell you, I never root for people's downfalls. It's disgusting. I hate it. But for a guy like this, for an absolute dickhead like this, it feels so right. Oh, so necessary and absolutely justifiable. Besides his poor performance on the field, again, just a guy like this, bonehead, all about himself. You think you were gonna be all that in a bag of chips, and you turn out to be a sack of shit. Here you go. Good for you. I'm glad that your decisions have now officially bitten you in your ass. Could
Huh.
have stayed in the States, been a role player on a squad. No, 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 not for little Trevor Bauer. You want to be a YouTube sensation like us over here. No, no, no. Instead, you wanted all that. So enjoy your flashy thumbnails and your zany titles and your videos and all that. And losing out on all the opportunity of coming back to the show. Because there you go. You had your shit little outing. Yeah, at this point, I don't care. Maybe I'm projecting or whatever, but you're not coming back, dude. No one needs you. Acting like you were all that again, like I said, acting like every squad needed you, like the Sox needed you, dude. Any Tom, Dick, Harry could have can replicate exactly what you do with your stats. So you're a joke. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you. Bye. Have a good time. There you go. There you go. That's Trevor Bauer. Tune in on his next YouTube video of him. Hey, I'm working at McDonald's now. It's crazy how they do all the back behind the scenes, how to cook a Whopper. Yeah, dude. There you go. That's make sure you subscribe to
I'm
Trevor
striking
Bauer.
out McDonald's workers in the parking lot.
Trevor Bauer's next video. I just joined the Major League Wiffle Ball League. I think we already did that bit. Yeah, no, either way, that's exactly what his next venture is going to be. It's going to be onto the Major League Wiffle Ball. He'll probably get cut from that. He'll go to the AEWA, the other wiffle ball league out in out in Seattle. So just go through that, and then you be with John Boy Media and in his little alley baseball league that he does, whatever. I don't even know if he still does that. Do John Boy references. How you doing? All right. Shout me out on your show, John Boy. How about that?
We love you, John Boy.
There you go. So yeah, I don't know. Do you have any questions, concerns about Trevor Bauer? Because like I said, good. I'm glad he's good. I'm glad he's being sent down. Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much on him, but I know that he's done some fucked up stuff, so fuck him.
Yeah, it's not even about that with me. It's more or less about his comments about the White Sox. Like I said, acting like he was above being on the White Sox and like, oh, I don't what they're gonna provide is not gonna be good enough for me. Right there, pal. Right there. There you go.
Yeah, I didn't that good.
He gets a sour. I get a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to talking about him because it's exactly that. He wants to try and pull off this big thing like he's gonna be a big YouTube star, and I hate it. It's so stupid. It's so disgusting.
He's cooked now,
Yeah,
so
good. I hope so. No, because none of this shit would fly if he was on the Oakland A's. Like if they were just like you're vlogging, dude. We're getting crushed. We just got a lot. We just only won our 10th game. It's May. It's fucking it's May. It's about to be the June. Yeah, that wouldn't fly anywhere in the States, bro. So that's why I'm just like
that's why he left.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Done talking about that jagoff. Here we're on talking about a new jagoff, LeBron James. I mean, we're talking about some NBA playoff check-in. Congrats to the Denver Nuggets onto their first NBA Finals in franchise history. Just completely sweeping the Los Angeles Lakers, getting some shit, honestly, getting some really shit calls. I hate to be that guy. I was like, but talking about the stripes. Got to respect the stripes out there, but boy, oh boy, you got to make it not so blatantly obvious that you're going for the Lakers. Again, I'm all for rigging games. I have to be. I'm a White Sox fan. 1908 World Series Black Sox. Got to represent. So, like I said, if you're gonna rig a game, don't make it so obvious. And it was it was as clear as Tuesday. It was clean, as plain as day that it was supposed to go the Lakers' end, and it didn't. So that was awesome. Absolutely showing out. Another triple double for Nikola Jokic, breaking was it current Wilt Chamberlain's triple double record of 8 in the postseason. How is this guy not MVP? We've talked about that to extent, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, final comments on the game, final comments on the series. More than deserving for the Denver Nuggets. On the flip side, what went wrong for the Lakers? Besides just, I mean, the Denver Nuggets were just better. No one really, game 4, I guess Anthony Davis just didn't show up. Everyone's pulling on and saying, "Oh, LeBron James this, LeBron James that." He had 40 points. He was one short of a triple double. Shot 1 for 6 in the fourth quarter. Let's remember that. So he just didn't get it done. Yeah. Sorry. Again, call me LeBron here or whatever, but it is what it is. The proof is in the pudding. He's just not getting it done. And of course, I love. This is my favorite part. If maybe you read into it this way, or maybe some people read into it a different way. Instead of all the questions and everything coming in, like, oh, talking about his performance in this series, talking about getting swept, that'll all be gone and oversought now because he's talking about potentially retiring, which he won't. He's gonna, then we'll have in 5-6 months when the season begins again, it'll just have a tweet of him grabbing a crown and putting it back on his head and just saying, "I'm back. The crown never sleeps, the story never dies," or whatever fucking stupid tweet he's gonna put out.
Like Triple H.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, that's the storyline that we're gonna go with instead of you talk about your actual not showing up at all. I mean, showed up in game 4, congratulations, but your team didn't do anything. You got swept. Michael Jordan never got swept. You got swept. So there you go. Here you go again. I feel like first take, just sitting here talking about LeBron James instead of talking about the actual guys that won in Jamal Murray and fucking Nikola Jokic, who I loved his quote. Loved his quote after when he won. He's like, what does this trophy mean to you? He goes, nothing, because it's not the finals trophy. So fucking loved that. That was awesome. So give me more of that. Give me more guys like that, grit and everything in between. So I feel like I know previewed it, maybe not getting it today. I have to check the score after I'm done talking, but hopefully potentially getting a Nuggets Heat finals. I think that's definitely in the cards.
Up big, right? I mean, not up big, but it's 33-26 in the second quarter.
That's okay. That's starting to get a little bit of a lead right now, especially like I said, all momentum is on their side. They're at home. Jimmy Butler's been an absolute dog. So yeah, any comments, concerns about Denver and LeBron, anything else from that game? Anything on maybe the final shot? I mean, to me, again, surprised LeBron James actually shot it, considering he always just passes it. And in my mind, I think it's because he's a mental midget and can't handle the fact that if he misses a game winner, he'll be talked about it on the media for no end. But again, when you pull stunts like that, like, oh, now I might retire. Oh, all the focus goes onto that instead of his shit performance.
Yeah, fuck you, LeBron.
So,
Good job making it all about you.
Yeah,
Fuck.
honestly.
And
Yeah, I
leaving the
mean,
court right with a second you lose and don't shake hands with anybody, and you go to the post conference and oh, I'm gonna retire maybe, so all of you talk about me now and forget that the Nuggets are going to the finals for the first time in franchise history, and Jokic has had 8 triple doubles this postseason, and Jamal Murray might be one of the best point guards in the league. But let's talk about me, LeBron James, because I have to think this offseason, am I gonna be back? I mean, I don't know. I don't
the only thing
know.
he really has to think about is who else he's going to add to the team, what money needs to go around for like Austin Reeves to be signed again and stuff like that. He just, that's the only thing he needs to consider is what managerial things he needs to do over the offseason. I won't buy that he's retiring anytime soon, that we're going
I
on this
know.
farewell tour. I know everyone does it, so I'm not going to sit here and harp on him for that. But just the fact that, like I said, you lose and immediately it's not the focus of, hey, I should have been better, I could have done this, I could have done that. Then turns to, oh man, I'm tired, I might have to hang it up or something like really, we know what you're doing. I see you. And for those that are getting all swept in like, oh, what, this might be an end of an era, I'm gonna have to put all my highlights together of LeBron James and put a 15-minute highlight reel together, you're already wasting your time. It's over. It's over for you. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it on that. I don't want to put any more effort into that one. I just hope,
Time
like I
for
said, that
the
this
GM to get to work.
yeah, I just hope that more and more time that Jordan, like, yeah, what was this? More time than Jordan was with less to show for it. So please, hopefully, this GOAT debate can die. Honestly, that's it. Just needs to. Kind of already touched upon, the Heat series overall. I mean, maybe since the last time we talked about it, I think we talked about actually previewing it and never really, not very often. I feel like at this point we're like at day 200 of the NBA playoffs, and it's just always so haphazard. It's like, how long ago when was the first round? When was the first tip of the actually doing the play-in games and shit like that? And it's kind of weird when both series are essentially up. One's already done, one was already a sweep, and one's 3-0 potentially going into a sweep. So love when they actually just get to it and just don't postpone the inevitable. So like I said, nice for the league and the NBA writers to just get to it and rip the band-aid off. So that was nice of them. But overall, like I said, actually commenting on the series, did not expect this overall. We thought game one, oh, that's just the Heat. They did this against the Bucks. They stole game one. The Boston will bounce back. Boston didn't bounce back. And they're like, oh, okay, well, maybe going into game three, they'll at least make it a series. They might not win now. They're down 2-0, but maybe they'll make it a series. And then game three, Boston just absolutely just no heart, didn't even show up. It felt like for those that actually watched the game, I think I missed a majority of it because I looked at the box score on my phone. I'm like, ugh, not even going to waste my time. Runaway game right there. I think from Dave
I've been
Portnoy quote,
enjoying them.
Dave Portnoy quote from his, I think I liked it from his Twitter. They got their dick kicked into their ribs, something like that. So there you go. I guess that's how you want to describe the game. That's a rough way to describe it. So again, as of right now, Heat currently up in this one in game four. Just beyond impressive, I guess is what we would have to say to the Heat. Beyond impressive. Going from Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra fighting on the sidelines during games to now they're about to be in another finals after being in the what was it, the 2020 Jesus, the pandemic one that I won't even recognize because LeBron James won that one. But regardless, going through, even though a hurt Bucks team, but still everyone else, you gotta, they're the number one seed still. They should be the number one seed without Giannis Antetokounmpo being 100%. They plow right through them. The Knicks actually, as of now, have given them the biggest the biggest competition, going 6 games with them, and they don't really have too much going for them. So again, Miami Heat were pretty much in control of all that series and have been beyond control of this series right now in the Eastern Conference Finals. So even if they don't snag it here in game 4. Probably gonna get it in game 5. I like that. Jaylen Brown or whoever it was, like, don't let us win this one. Don't let us get game 1. Don't let us get rolling. I don't know. It's obviously it's been the 0-150 now of being down 3-0 in series, and yeah, these don't end up winning it. So
Yeah.
yeah. Any comment on the Heat? All their utter dominance as of late.
The Heat have been awesome. They've been printing me money all the time. So I've been loving what they've been doing and keep it going. Sweep them up. It's going to be a great series finals.
Yeah, absolutely. It just goes to show you, a guy like Eric Spoelstra is already just kind of signing his name into the basketball Hall of Fame. He's going to be for sure a Hall of Fame head coach, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
obviously the players do their thing, but Eric Spoelstra
I
is
mean, but
obvious.
he's showed time and time again, from having the dynasty team of LeBron, Wade, Bosh, to still carrying consistent playoff teams, going from a quicker rebuild than I mean, actually doing it quicker than the 76ers did. If you want to actually get down to brass tacks of it. So yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like I said, either maybe it's Pat Riley or whatever in the head office, also got a great basketball mind, obviously. But yeah, I would also tip my cap and give a lot of how you doing to a lot of praise to Spoelstra, and then obviously the players. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's been going absolutely crazy with what some people are saying are just G League team guys, considering they're also, a lot of them are just undrafted free agent type guys that just are making their way. And then I love the one meme that I saw. It was Goku in like a mask, get in like a little tank charging up, and just who was it? Tyler Hero getting ready for the finals. so so here you go. You got another sharpshooter from 3 potentially getting healed from his broken hand in the first game of the first round. Similar to that was the same game as Giannis Antetokounmpo getting hurt. So this Heat team, if you're not convinced, you probably should be by now. I guess it's beyond that point. They're both these squads, the Nuggets and the Heat, both kind of just said we're for real and just got all the way there. Yeah, I don't know. It was never. I don't feel like I doubted either one of these teams. I don't think even when we were making predictions, we never really said outright that any one of these squads, are a definitive winner. Just there was so much potential, there's so much talent on all these teams, but it's just like, we had the odds-on favorite, the Suns, coming out. You didn't expect Chris Paul to get hurt. Slash, the other people on the squad did not show up. Same thing with Golden State. We figured, oh, they're still just a dynasty. But again, Klay Thompson doesn't show up. Jordan Poole's on a milk carton. Draymond Green does his usual 4 points, 5 rebounds, and that's not going to help anybody. Yeah, Grizzlies fall off. Lakers do what they did. Yeah, again, flipping on the other side, you didn't really think the 76ers would fall apart or whatever, but yeah, just so on and so forth. So I like it. Again, there people are freaking out. They wanted Boston versus Lakers. You're getting Denver versus Miami. True NBA fans are excited. Everyone's worried about viewership. Is the NBA paying your bills? Unless the NBA is paying your bills, then don't worry about who's watching the game. You're probably going to end up watching it. There's going to be enough people watching it. If you're an NBA fan, basketball fan, you're going to watch the finals.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, if anyone's freaking out about that, or like I said, franchises, matchups, this, that, and the other, it's going to be watched. This is going to be good. You're going to want to watch a red hot Jimmy Butler. I'm kind of just already throwing them into the finals before this game 4 even concludes, but a red hot Jimmy Butler and Miami Heat squad going up against potentially the best basketball player currently playing in Nikola Jokic and others going on that squad. So I think it's gonna be a great finals. We'll be previewing it more. It probably next episode for sure. I don't think it'll kick off until probably next Tuesday, or if anything. I honestly don't. I honestly have no idea. Probably like Saturday or Sunday. Regardless, any final thoughts on Heat? I mean, just anything really going on that I didn't really touch upon in the playoffs.
No, I mean, I feel like you covered about everything there. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, sorry if I'm stepping on your toes or nothing.
No,
Like I
you're all
said, just
good.
all right, cool. Last little tidbit on NBA. We had someone officially retire, which I thought he did it already. Carmelo Anthony officially retires after 19 seasons. Finishes with, I believe, he has an NCAA title at Syracuse, so he's got one of those in the bag. He had a scoring title, multiple All Star. I believe him and Allen Iverson went to the Western Conference Finals when they went to when he was on the Nuggets when he was really young. Huge. He was in the hyped up 2003 draft class, if I'm not mistaken, again, or 2004, one of the years. So again, overall, pretty solid career. Wish he maybe would have been on the. He had an opportunity to be on the Bulls when he instead of going on the Knicks, but I don't know. It was wishful thinking back then, and it kind of flip a coin could have been good on either end. So I don't know. My only question to you really was, and again to you, this might be wrong or it might not be the whatever. Everyone has their opinion on this. Who is Carmelo Anthony a nugget to you, or is he a Nick to you? What do you when you like Carmelo Anthony's in your mind? What jersey is plastered on him first? I'll tell you
Nick,
what.
probably.
That's what he is for me too, and it might be the wrong answer for some, but just for me, I felt like when I was picking up on basketball and starting to watch it a lot, I saw Carmelo in more of a Knick uniform. The Knicks I felt like were always on TV, always on primetime TNT games, and unfortunately, one of his best highlights is against the Bulls in a Knick uniform in Madison Square Garden, where he tied it up to go into overtime, and then he took the lead on another three, shooting over Taj Gibson. So to me, he's going to be a New York Knick, and again, probably for a lot of other people, myself, they're going to remember that. At the end of the day, they might have the same amount of highlights or same amount of points, stats, and playoff. Maybe just not the same amount of playoff. What would it be? Results in New York as he a success playoff success in New York that he did in Denver possibly, but I would probably, like I said, I would label him a New York Knick before I would say he's a Denver Nugget to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, for those reasons, like a good career, good overall. I know, like I said, the Atlanta Hawks had some good fun with their picture of him, because I guess he was supposed to be an Atlanta Hawk, but then he wasn't really. I don't remember what the whole ordeal was, but that was pretty funny for them to lean into it and think it was funny and cool. So yeah, any lingering thoughts, anything to say to Carmelo Anthony if he somehow stumbles upon this video?
He, I liked his game. I always loved his 3-point shooting growing up, and yeah, I just feel like I always just saw him more as a Nick, so that's just who he is to me. And yeah, I mean, he was great.
Yeah,
I've
flat out scorer, flat out one of my favorite scorers, one of my favorite players to use in 2K. Obviously, I mean for that reason, he was very good on that. And like I said, maybe again personal story. The only time I've like one of the only time I lost in NBA 2K11 was on a buzzer beater from Carmelo Anthony.
Wow.
I can still remember exactly where it was in Madison Square Garden. We lost 84-82 on a buzzer beater from Carmelo Anthony.
Wow.
I think I can't, but I can't remember if I was doing a season game or if I was doing a my career game. Either way, it still stings.
Cemented into your
Still stings either way. Yeah, absolutely. It's buried deep into my brain. I'll remember that till I'm 90. Yeah, so there you go. Congratulations, Carmelo, officially retiring. I'm sure he'll do something crazy. He'll do like the 3-on-3 league or something like that.
Maybe
There we
no.
go. Let's see. Got some quick NFL before we do some wrestling. Let's see if you're ready to roll on that. We can dive on in.
Yeah.
We actually got a little bit of Green Bay news, so maybe you can, I guess, like I said, I can get your insight on that. What you're going to be feeling, how you're going to be doing. Green Bay officially getting the 2025 NFL Draft. Are you going? Are you going
I-
to the draft? Simply put,
I'm there.
are you? You're there. You know what? Screw it. I mean, between I think next year they have it in Detroit, and then the following year they'll have it in Lambeau. They'll have it around in Green Bay. I smell a road trip. I smell 2 road trips possibly going to the draft, and especially like I said, with the Bears having maybe some high draft picks. Hopefully not too high. Like I said, we want to get some wins on the season, but
Mm.
maybe some good draft picks oh go Bear, and then everyone's gonna boo us because we'll be over there, but it'll be cool. We'll have our bear claws out. We'll have our bear head or whatever on top of our helmet, so they'll know not to mess with us. So I mean, yeah, obviously that's got to be exciting. I think it's kind of a compensation only because they've been dying for a Super Bowl, but they've only been really giving Super Bowls to dome teams, and if they're not in a dome, they're in a very warm area, like in Tampa Bay. They just had it in the Buccaneers facility.
Yeah.
So I know again it's tough, but you don't want your Super Bowl to get snowed in on. It's February. You want your Super Bowl to be in a nice area and a nice, cool, maybe like I said, even if it's not nice outside, if it can be air conditioned on the inside through, like I said, being in a dome or something crazy like Las Vegas, whatever it is. It's okay. I think, like I said, it's still pretty exciting. You get 3 days, four if you get there early, maybe on of some cool stuff with the draft. I think it's pretty good. So there you go. Maybe we'll get 2025, maybe get a live report there from the draft. Maybe, like I said,
Yeah.
maybe in the a year prior we'll go to the Detroit one.
I would love to go to both of them.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this next one's going to be in Detroit too. So
Yeah, we're staying local there, guy. We just missed it. Obviously, being in Missouri, they were just here maybe 2 or 3 years ago in Chicago. Kind of missed that, but hey,
yeah.
I was doing stuff. I was busy. Shut up. Uh, let's see. Next one in the world of the NFL, Hopkins skipping OTAs from the Cardinals facility. Uh, it's maybe a what you do about nothing situation. Maybe he's kind of just he's made not demands, but he didn't come out with a statement of what he wants with the
That
team.
list is dumb as fuck.
It's you know what, man, it's fair. It's fair though. He's been nothing but production. So he might be a little superstar hoity-toity diva-esque of hey, like, but at this point, he's done nothing but the right things. I can see why he's frustrated. He's like I said, I'm kind of on his side to a certain degree. Get him to a good squad, get him to a team that has a defense that he kind of indicated, or just build upon what they have. And right now, yeah, Colt McCoy isn't gonna get it done, and maybe Kyler Murray. I don't know if he was alluding to that either, but I don't think Kyler Murray might not be able to get it done either. So
Hmm.
it's a
He
tough
put his
one.
top your quarterback on the list as Josh Allen, so it'd be awesome to see him and Stephon Diggs if they somehow were able to do that in some way.
I mean, he's again. I don't have all the numbers in front of me. I don't know everything in front off the top of my head. He's had Pro Bowl season after Pro Bowl season after Pro Bowl season, getting thrown from guys from like Brock Osweiler on when he was on
Yeah.
the Texans, or who I can't even.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just a
trying to
season
think.
ago, and
I know he's played with
I can't even name you last year's Texans quarterback. That's how bad it
Davis
was.
Mills
There you
or
go,
who?
David
Okay.
David Mills, Davis
Was
Mills.
he on the team when he was quarterback?
No, but even then,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. Just for that reason. But like I said, maybe he's had Kyler Murray, sure, but he's had a couple of iffy stints just because they haven't been playing all too much together. Okay, he gets hurt. He gets to play with Colt McCoy. No one wants to play with Colt McCoy. Uh, so it's a tough sell. It's really a tough sell. So to sit there and tell DeAndre Hopkins like, oh, you need to sit here and suck like the rest of us, that's a tough sell for me. I wouldn't want to buy that. And I don't want DeAndre Hopkins to have to sit there and waste any more time of his potential Hall of Fame career. So let him get in there, let him actually win games, get him a competitive division, not somewhere where we know it's just going to be San Fran / potentially Seattle that I could keep pushing, but that's just me. I don't know. Like I said, as of now, I'm kind of on DeAndre Hopkins' side because he's done nothing but produce. So I get that. I feel like to me that gives him the right to ask / demand for something like, hey, get me a good quarterback, get me a good defense, give me a head coach that doesn't have his head up his ass all the fucking time. I don't know if he said anything about that, but that's kind of how the Cardinals situation has been if you watch the Hard Knocks. So
Yeah.
That's just me, at least on the DeAndre Hopkins situation. Like I said, any final thoughts on DeAndre?
Get him on a great team. Trade him up. Get him somewhere that he wants. These
Dude.
superstars need to be able to shine.
Yeah, quit wasting his time, honestly, and our time as well. Last little
Another.
thing. Oh,
Oh,
shoot, go ahead.
I
No,
was
go ahead.
gonna.
Go ahead.
What is it about Austin Ekeler? Or?
No, it was not. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. I was just gonna say I saw that they did announce that like he is going to be on the Chargers this season.
Yeah,
So I think they figured something out with
yeah.
his
They reached.
contract. Or
They gave him a bunch of. I think I'm up to about $1.5 million of potential. What would it be?
incentives.
Incentives is the word that I couldn't think of. Thank you very much. So yeah, if he just produces on the offensive side like he has been every single year, I think he led the. I think he had 107 catches from being a halfback last season.
Yeah, I
That's
feel like
Broncos.
that's like one of their only plays. I've seen that so many times. Just Justin
Yeah,
Herbert throwing it down to fucking Austin Ekeler.
the check down Ekeler was pretty awesome having him in fantasy when he wouldn't, he'd only get 35, 40 yards rushing, but he would get 7 targets for 7 receptions, 40 yards and a touchdown. I'd be like, yeah, that's my number 1 pick, baby. That's how we roll. So again, coming up on a contract year, he's going to be 28. So that was good for the Chargers to lock that up and get on that. I think they were also talking about, being a contract year, it could be franchise tag next year, but there's ways to get around that as well. But good for him, honestly, being able to stay on there. And like I said, I guess cooler heads did prevail. And like I said,
Yeah,
no need to get all hairy and say anything bad. And yeah, he did a good part of, like I said, laying low, not talking shit or saying anything outright. And Austin Eckler's not really like that. I think he's got his own fantasy football podcast. That's about it. That's about as controversial as you get from him on stuff like that. It's like, hey,
yeah.
I just need another touch to give me some more fantasy points for myself. Just like shit like that. So that's about it. That's about as level headed. That's about as hot headed as Austin Eckler will probably get. Were you good on that? I had one last
Yeah.
thing in the NFL. Yeah, that was a good one. Brady becoming a minority owner of the Raiders. He only needs, I believe, 24 out of the other owners to approve of it. I mean, who's going to say no to Tom Brady, obviously? And again, it also just helps on all sorts of levels and him being in the ownership realm. So again, to me, it, adds a little insult to injury. The tuck rule wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's so funny.
You gotta actually be an owner of the Raiders. Like Aaron Rodgers wants to pretend owns the Chicago Bears. Now Tom Brady can actually own a part of the Raiders. So, like I said, it's been fun poking fun at the fact. Like I said, had the tuck rule. Now he's actually an owner in there. Talked to bad haircut Al Davis, and was able to figure something out with that. So good on him. Could maybe make a little money from all that crypto things that he got scammed out of a couple months ago.
He just needs more money since he's about to hook up with Kim Kardashian. So,
was that true?
they said that I don't know who they are, but I saw reports that apparently he was talking to her. So,
oh my! I mean,
apparently, like she called Tom Brady to ask about like houses in the neighborhood he lives in.
oh
So,
my! Well, I saw her lurking at a Lakers game maybe a week or two ago, maybe scouting her next victim. I mean, boyfriend. I mean,
yeah, I saw it from like a podcast back in the day. Kanye West, he's like, maybe she should just hook up with Tom Brady or something. I don't. It's so funny if that actually happened, but
You would
it
say
is
something crazy like that.
him getting the minority stake is pretty funny. Maybe Aaron Rodgers should do that to the Bears in the
Nah,
future. That'd be
no,
pretty
no,
funny.
nope. We don't sell to him. We don't do that.
Quick
He's
Aaron
already.
Rodgers side note: ankle injury in practice today.
Oh
Hopefully he's all
no.
fine.
Oh no. Hopefully he's
Hopefully he's fine.
okay.
As a Packer fan that just traded a bunch for him, I mean, oh no.
Oh
I mean,
no.
actually, I hope he plays because I want that first round pick, maybe. So
Well, you need that and exactly that. Yeah, you need to play what was it, 65%, 85% of the offensive snaps for you guys
yeah,
to get a first rounder. So you need him to do something. You need him to just be there. Availability is still an ability. So you need him to
yeah.
be there.
I want him to see. I want to see how the Jets look. So
Yeah, like I said, between that, we already went over the schedule. So they got a
yeah,
bunch of primetime games coming up. You want to actually be good on a Thursday, Sunday, Monday night. So they also had something about them flexing games. I didn't really get the gist of that. Is it yay nay that they didn't want them to be able to flex games? I don't really know what it was, but of course the all what it really came down to was just like people. Oh, oh, don't do this to me. Hey, there we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what got caught off last about, but yeah, like I
yeah.
said,
Well,
yeah, like I
right,
said,
it's fine.
I was still talking about the just the Brady thing being a minority owner, so hopefully that can all get figured out and everything else in between. Back on the other Wi-Fi, like I said, so we can wrap this bad boy up with a little bit of wrestling if you're good on that. Like I said, I don't know if you had any lingering comments, concerns about any NFL stuff that we talked about. Oh, sorry, I was talking. What I was getting into was them flexing Thursday night games and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Sorry. So again, if that cut out, the only thing I had to say was I don't really recall exactly what the whole gist of it was. It really came down to a lot of people concerned about just the idea of Thursday games in general was ultimately what came back into stuff. So it's a tough go. I understand turning around playing on a Sunday and then you're like, oh, 4 days, you got to change everything that you need to and plan ahead for a Thursday night game, which has to suck ass, I'm sure, after just getting clobbered. Either way, not clobbered on the scoreboard, just being clobbered in general. You're running into people at 25 miles an hour. Uh, so you're just not feeling all too well. And then you got to turn around and do the exact same thing 4 days later. It's a tough ask, and a lot of people aren't too keen on it. So the idea of flexing games, flipping and changing, uh, they wanted to do that, couldn't do that. I don't know. So maybe look into that and be smarter than us, at least smarter than me on my end, because I don't know. Do you know what the whole flexing thing was about or not? Nah?
not particularly. No.
Okay, then we'll get to that. We can get to that at a better time when we actually have the news and notes about it. I don't need to linger on if we don't need to. Like I said, if it was a bigger deal, they would have talked about it.
Excited for football though. So
Yes, obviously. I mean, for Christ's sake, we've been talking about the schedule for 3 weeks now. Like that's all we've been
anything that
doing.
we us football
Any
fans can
just
grasp on to.
just really ripping this one dry, just stringing this one when you got the last little bit of toothpaste in your thing, you just come on. You're like, I might have to get the knife and cut this one open. That's that's what we are, and that feel like that's what we feel like over here.
Packers 5 primetime games, more than the Bears, only
Uh,
4.
that's five too many, I'll tell you that much. Let's see here. If you're good on that wrestling, we can wrap this bad boy up with a couple of previews, a couple of actually just one little release date, and finally maybe Alan can put his hands up and rejoice
Yeah, let's start with that.
because AEW Fight Forever finally has a release date. June 29th. Kenny Omega came out on all social media platforms and explained everything, available on basically everything everywhere. Like I just said, June 29th. This has been long overdue for some. I know, like I said, Alan, they took his money a
Oh,
while ago.
he's been
He's just been
waiting for
sitting
this.
here with his thumb in his ass, just trying to play some Fight Forever, and you can't. But now we saw maybe a week ago on some social medias that it was already pre-downloading on Xbox. for some people that bought it on there. So that's pretty cool. Seeing the gameplay again, it was described as it was an arcade style video game. So you're not going to get the 2K, I guess, realistic type
Graphics,
gameplay. Yeah,
really.
realistic type
Yeah.
gameplay, realistic graphic of what you would see in the
The
WWE game.
gameplay might still be fine.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
absolutely.
it's
So
the graphics that aren't, I guess, it's not gonna be like those crisp, like, oh my God, it looks just like Kenny, but I bet it will still be
yeah,
fun.
and you know what? I'm not. As a first game for the first company, I'm not. They probably already gave it a big budget as it was for whatever reason, but it's probably still wasn't enough considering what video games are. They just need to be so crisp and so clean. So I hope that hopefully they get their return on this video game, and hopefully it's not just such a big flop. At least
Yeah.
monetarily, but that's just me being the AEW fan and stuff like that. I would like for them to do maybe a second game so they can build upon it, make it better, maybe make it an actual realistic style and not like maybe the arcade style that they have, because they have again, it might just be my imagination or what some people just threw out on Reddit. I saw that there might be like a baseball, a mini game
Yeah,
type
there
stuff.
is.
So
Yeah.
just fun stuff like that. And I can get around shit like that. That's fine. That's fun. Not everything needs to be a smackdown, beat them up, throw them down, time around, throw them up through a train type game, and that's cool. So give me, I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. We'll go over to Alan's place and we'll try it out, and we'll decide we'll decide if we want to pay for it ourselves afterward.
Well, they got share play on
Oh, that's true too.
PlayStations,
We got some
we'll
share
be
play.
able to
Alan,
try it
share play it
out.
up over there, guy. When it comes out June 29th. So
Hell
we'll be
yeah.
doing our best trying to. I'll be MJF probably basically every single time.
And they'll be able to release CM Punk as like DLC now.
Yeah, I think
Because
that'll probably be the end goal. Yeah. So good shit on that. Like I said, beside, I know obviously between the gameplay or the announcement or anything else, are you just gonna wait? Like I said, are you gonna wait and see, maybe play when Alan gets it, or are you gonna pull the trigger and go get it yourself already?
yeah, I don't know, because they don't. It doesn't seem like you get anything extra for pre-ordering it. Like most, like it's usually when you pre-order it, you get something like you get like
Yeah,
a
that's true.
season pass or you get something. So I might just wait to see how it looks, how it is, and then I can fully decide if I want to get it or not. But I do want to get it because
Yeah,
it's AEW. So
I think so too. And I might have to. I don't know for whatever reason I want a physical copy. So I think for at least for the first AEW video game, I might get
yeah, I mean it's got like a special to have. Yeah.
yeah, I might get the first physical copy for that one and stuff like that. But like that's just me trying to be like, oh, I got this. It's in person.
If it
It
ends
means
up being
more.
really good, like the old, like you never know, it could be like I have the first copy of the first AEW
I
game.
waited 9.5 months.
I can't
I
put
don't
it in the
know.
PS10 though.
Yeah. I can't put yeah, because everything's gonna be in airplay. Everything's gonna be in elements. That's how we're gonna be playing stuff in 40 years. Oh my god, you got that on titanium? Yeah, dude. Uh I don't know. I don't know. I failed bio. I'm just kidding. Uh Either way, we got some pay-per-views to come up unless you got any final comments, concerns about Fight Forever.
I hope it's fun.
Yeah,
I hope
exactly that. I'll be
Ukes made it. So I mean, they've made some of the
yeah.
best,
At the
some of the funnest games, the wrestling games. So
yeah. At the very least, like if you're a wrestling fan, like don't you just want a good wrestling game regardless? I know everyone's married to their rosters and their companies and whatever, but like I said, if you're a true pure wrestling fan, you want everyone to succeed in any sort of way, and you want this game to be good. So you can be like, I got some time to work to waste. Let me play some AEW Fight Forever really quick. I'm actually it's not that bad or something like that. At the very least,
hmm
just say something like that. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, WWE still kills it with their video games. Basically, the online connection is still iffy, but the actual
yeah.
gameplay is still pretty decent. Whether or not their actual talent on air is anything better, but
Oh
we're
yeah,
gonna
I
get to
love
that.
it.
Yeah, we'll be getting to that right now, basically with the Night of Champions card that they have built up, booked, ready to roll in front of us. If I can get something, is it going to load? Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see. Are you still with me right now? Yes, you
Yeah,
are.
I'm here.
Awesome, possum. Let's go ahead and we can start off just with at least the first thing I see: AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. This new World Heavyweight Championship. I don't really know what happened besides, I guess, catching up on some podcasts and some other stuff. Maybe it would have maybe also been detrimental to Cody Rhodes to have actually won this tournament in general, but he got screwed over by Brock Lesnar, hence why he's going to have a match later on. I guess later on down the card, probably rematch from last pay per view.
And Cody has to lose this one now because he won last one. So,
Yeah,
they got to
exactly.
do
Yeah, gonna make a three-way or a trifecta out of it for sure. But yeah, exactly that. Like, didn't know what the big news was, or didn't really know when actually Cody Rhodes got eliminated from this tournament. Started off with a bunch of three ways and stuff like that, triple threats that led to, I guess, AJ Styles and Seth Rollins getting into this final. So, match wise, probably going to be one of the better matches on the card overall. These guys seem to perform every single time.
oh,
And
yeah, that'll be awesome.
AJ Styles just coming
I
back from
love them
this.
both.
Yeah, absolutely. AJ Styles just coming back from this ankle injury. It would make sense. Honestly, it doesn't matter who you give it to, but I think giving it to the more red hot, more appealing, and for crying out loud, everyone does the whoa. So you got to give it to Seth Rollins. So I don't know if you're feeling the same way on that. Probably again probably gonna be an exciting match, a bunch of counters and everything that turns into a final foot stomp or a pedigree to end the match.
Hmm.
How you feeling with potentially Seth Rollins getting it, or unless you think AJ Styles is gonna win?
No, I mean, Seth's the most over right now. So he should probably get it. I mean, it's an easy way to give him something without having him beat Roman or something like that. So
Yeah,
I
very
think he
true.
deserves it.
Yeah, definitely. Between that, he's also going to be a part of the representing the Serpent Society. We talked about that last week too. So,
Yeah, that's
going to
right.
be
That's right. Maybe they can't give it to him then if he's not going to be around. But I mean,
I
that
don't
won't.
know.
I don't know.
It's kind of up in the air. That's why I feel like they can't really go wrong either way right here. They booked themselves into a right corner right here. So good job on WWE for doing that. But yeah, it's very hard to tell. Maybe it feels like the right guy definitely should be Rollins, but again, it can't go wrong with AJ Styles, at least in my mind.
Yeah.
They're continuing also they're calling this the world heavyweight title. So whoever had this is the continuation of the 2002 title. So I guess that'll be
Really?
that'll be the same lineage from the last person who won that. So
Wow.
yeah, that was news to me. I don't know if I completely agree on it, considering it's basically looks like a new
It's
title,
not the
smells like a
same. So I don't know.
yeah, I know. Looks like a new title, smells like a new title, but it's not a new title. So I don't know. At least that's just how I feel about it.
I guess
Uh
that other titles have had different designs, but it's technically still the same title, right?
I
Like
don't
the
know. It's
WWE Championship has changed designs, but it's still always been the WWE
I always
Champion.
chalk it up to its WWE logic, therefore it doesn't need to make sense. So I just roll with that most of
I
the
mean, yeah,
time.
that's most wrestling.
Considering that, and they're calling this, I think, a triple main event, which is just again,
What?
again, slap me in the fucking face. That's just not a real thing. You were already pushing it, calling things double
Yeah,
main
you talk
events,
so much shit already
but
about the double main event.
now we're calling this world heavyweight title, this WWE unification title, and then I'm pretty sure they're also considering the Rhodes and Lesnar a triple main event, unless I was just getting trolled on Twitter or something like that, reading through shit. But if they're truly considering it a triple main event, I'm gonna freak out. You've seen me do it
That's
before. I'll
not
do it
possible.
again. Yeah, not unless we have three rings going on and they're all happening at the exact same time.
Like a festival, you have to choose which
Yeah,
match you want to go see.
yeah, like it's WCW's World War III, and like I said, they got three rings going on. There's 90 individuals and all between all three. This isn't a triple main event. This is a 1-1-1. There's one main event. Get that through your head. Sorry. Next upon the triple main event. God, I just want to throw up in my mouth. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. According to the betting odds that we saw, Roman Reigns and Solo are plus 300 to win this. Gave me the plus 300, baby. I don't know if they're going to change titles and change hands or whatever, but again, if you're going to give me plus 300 for Roman Reigns to win a title on whatever offshore betting site this is, give that to me every single time. Again, to be honest, this bloodline feud, maybe to me, and I've seen it online for a couple other people too, sharing the same sentiment, kind of fell off. It's gotten a little stale. Seeing Sami Zayn still talk to Jimmy and Jey Uso, it's like, why? What are we doing here? Didn't we solve this? I guess fucking not.
Yeah, I thought this was over.
Yeah. So, the internal affairs, the family conflict continues. The honorary Usi wants to keep being in the ear of the actual Usos. I don't know. So to me, it's lost a little bit of its luster. They want to still keep pushing this. Whatever. It kind of maybe give Roman a little bit of a break. / you're pushing Solo Sikoa in to be bigger in this situation. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Any lingering thoughts, final thoughts on the tag team match?
Yeah, Solo will probably betray Roman or something, or they'll have something where like he doesn't like tag in or something. I don't know. There will be something like
there's
that.
There's gonna be something with him. Obviously, again, they can't just be having him being pushed up in the front for no particular reason other than just exactly that. So, gotta have something. Next one we can talk about is your background, Lesnar Rhodes. I got nothing, honestly. I mean, dude, I can't keep getting excited over this. Like the last match was meh. It was Lesnar got color. Congratulations. That happens all the time still in AEW.
Shit with a bad ending.
Yeah, and then of course, like we just said, when it's been diarrhea fart after just other shit ending as of late for Cody Rhodes between his Mania and now what was it? Backlash between
WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah, these back-to-back pay-per-views now just been terrible, and now they're throwing up the idea of I like the matchup. Gunther, I think they've been throwing out Gunther versus Rhodes at WrestleMania 40 for something. And then I just love it. Just the black and white picture of Cody Rhodes in the ring now. That's the meme. It's like, how will this story now? The story will never end now. It's like, yeah, because they're just gonna keep doing this and changing everything. It's never gonna come back to what it was. So
yeah, they fucked themselves.
Yeah, honestly, they had it all right there. And according to this thing, this heat index says it's lukewarm. I wouldn't even say it's that. I think it's completely stale. I think it's completely cold. Whatever. I have little to no interest in this Night of Champions pay-per-view. It's already kind of doesn't sit well with me considering they're hopping over and going to the Saudi Arabia for the blood money. So don't like it. Don't like anything about it. To be honest, we can kind of fly through these next 3 or 4. Just stop me if you want to talk about one of these. Rhea Ripley versus Natalie for the SmackDown Women's Championship match.
Oh, God.
I'll take that as a no. Bianca versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship.
Again?
I'll take that as a no. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus.
Oh, God.
Yeah, dude.
I
went on Raw, just browsing through channels the other day, and when I saw it was Adam Pearce talking to Trish Stratus, and then the next segment was going to be contract signing between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, I threw my hands up again, like, why? Again, for what I was talking when I talked about during the WrestleMania when she got a WrestleMania match. Why? Who asked for this? Good to look at, nice eye candy, whatever. Good seeing you, Trish, but don't need to see you in the ring. I don't see the benefit. I don't see the benefit. You know, it's good. Like I said, good that you can keep going at this age. You can keep up with Becky and whatever, but no one is asking for this match. At least not, I'm not asking for it. Whatever. If I'm being ignorant, sure, but I'm not going to be paying attention to any one of these three matches. And, you know, just so I don't look like a sexist, I'm not going to be paying attention to Gunther versus Mustafa Ali as much as we like Gunther
Yeah,
and
that
Mustafa
sounds
Ali.
horrible.
Just a thrown together, most likely going to be a squash match. They already had something similar. Or I thought, who's going to consider this competitive when Lashley the night after Mania squashed Mustafa Ali in 33 seconds? Explain that to me. I don't know. I don't think it can. So the fact that he got whatever it was, some battle royal win or some shit like that, I don't know. And then we're gonna somehow flip the script and automatically care about Mustafa Ali at the drop of a dime. It's poor booking in my mind. I don't like that. They could. I know they'll probably have a good match considering Gunther can work with anybody. Mustafa Ali's a class act and he's a very good talent in the ring. But in terms of give me a storyline and something like that, there's nothing that says Gunther's going to get challenged and lose this Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah,
So
no.
that's Night of Champions as of late. I know, of course, we are recording this on a Tuesday. Yeah, recording this on a Tuesday. Still Friday Night SmackDown to come up and potentially make up a couple more matches. But usually when it's like WWE doesn't really sign any other additional matches after Monday night, usually, if I'm not mistaken, as of late. So maybe, like I said, maybe getting one or two more, but I don't even think this is one of those type deals where they both get together. So Night of Champions, that's where you're going to be getting, and that's going to be starting. Oh my goodness! Oh, it says, is that 1 p.m.
Yeah, I can't tell.
1
I
p.m.
think it
Eastern,
says
so
1 p.m.
2 Central over here in the States. Very early, like I said, they're in Saudi Arabia, so that's going to be an early one. Might be watching a majority of that on a playback / probably just reading and getting highlights on YouTube and stuff like that. So that's about it on Night of Champions. And we'll switch over to some Double or Nothing AEW side. Again, still recording the day before they go live on Dynamite, the go home show for this one. I don't know if they're going to be adding anything other than maybe a couple participant. Orange Cassidy's International Championship Blackjack Battle Royal. That's probably the only thing that they'll announce. Like I said, competitors in that, but got a pretty stacked card. We can start with this one right here if we want. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy versus Ethan Page and the Guns. If the Hardy Party wins, I like that name. If the Hardy Party wins, then Matt controls Ethan Page's contract, doing the old switcheroo, the old crisscross. After Matt Hardy was under Ethan Page's horrible, evil control these past couple months,
they're winning for sure.
Exactly. Now that Jeff Hardy is back, he'll have his first official pay-per-view match being back after having the another elite delete pre-recorded match on Rampage, which I didn't get around to because Rampages get a little brutal sometimes. They're basically just premium darks. Honestly, you kind of know who's gonna win. Some of them are a little fun. You got a little fun. So like I say, you get some fun stuff like that. But the Hardy Party most likely gonna get the dub over Ethan Page and the Guns. I wish the Guns were not maybe protected is the wrong word, or maybe a lack of a better word, but I wish they were still in the tag team title run type area, maybe getting a rematch with FTR. I don't like them doing all the comedy stuff all the time. I feel like they can be somewhat serious, and like I said, they had a little bit of a boost actually being the tag team titles, beating FTR, a legitimate tag team, and they kind of fell to the wayside, kind of fell into the background, and now we're doing most likely the curtain jerker with Ethan Page and the Hardy Boys. So again, they're very young. I'm not going to sit here and dwell on the fact like, oh, their career's over. They won the tag team titles and they're done now. No. It's just, like I said, disappointing right now that they're doing this, but sure, I'm sure with time and better booking, they will be back in the title picture sometime soon. Maybe that was just me, but there you go. Any comments, concerns about the Hardy Party versus Ethan Page and the Guns?
Should just be a quick little fun match. The Hardys will probably win that one. So yeah, not too much else on that one.
Yeah, yeah. When it's just one of those fun ones where it's, they have some sort of a storyline, but it's not like, a blood feud where it's just like, oh, you made me do silly stuff because I was your boss, technically. Like, now I'm gonna make you do silly stuff because I'm gonna be your boss because I'm gonna win a match. It's just, that's always, it's lighthearted type rivalry type stuff. It's the stakes aren't very high, but there's still something to root for, to look forward to. So that's always fun and cool.
Mm-hmm.
Next one just on this list, Jericho versus Adam Cole. This might be an unsanctioned match, so lights out type rules. You can be beating the absolute piss out of each other. This, on the flip side, has been, the blood feud type stuff that I was actually just, not alluding to in the other one. Adam Cole had his girlfriend beaten, had Britt Baker beaten up in front of her. The black guy, had him tied up. Jericho Society did everything. He's just been an asshole. Jericho came out with the shirt and everything. I did like the last Dynamite, Roderick Strong and Jericho having a false count anywhere. Now that no one could be in the building, brought him outside. Sure enough, Adam Cole's outside, hits him with the leg lariat, and Roderick Strong gets the win. So that was fun. I was like, damn, Roderick Strong's first match is going to be up against Jericho. How are they going to? What are they gonna do to get this? Because I'm like, there's no way they're just gonna hand Roderick Strong his first L right away. And I'm also thinking like, what can they do to give Chris Jericho a loss and not have him lose momentum going into the pay per view? Good job on this. Like I said, having the interference of Adam Cole, Roderick Strong is able to get the win. Jericho gets an out because Cole fucked him over, if so facto. Like I said, and then that sets it up for even more blood feudiness for this match or whatever. Like I said, running out of words, running out of references and statements. So I think it ought to be good. Just I hope stay safe, because Adam Cole's obviously, they talk about that all the time in All Access. They make that the big deal of all the drama. Like, I hope Adam Cole can be okay. I hope Adam is fine.
Yeah.
It's just Britt Baker the entire episode, for rightfully so. But like I said, just poking fun at it. I think it'll be one of the better matches on the cards. And of course, we all like violence. So as long as they're doing something cool and not landing on a crash pad, Jericho should be okay. I was very hesitant at the beginning of this whole entire feud. I was like, no, not everyone that comes into AEW needs to run through Jericho in any sort of sense. We don't need that every single time. But this has been better than I expected. And they can only capitalize and finish off with a giant exclamation point. So here's the opportunity. Don't fuck it up. I guess there you go. Like I said, I have high hopes and high expectations. So there you go. Act accordingly. Any final thoughts on Jericho versus Adam Cole?
It's been I like the feud, and so yeah, I feel like this on the unsanctioned match should be awesome. They've never disappointed when they've done these in the past, so
Absolutely. Let's see here. Now we're getting to a couple of names, naming some stuff. Anarchy in the Arena, Omega, the Young Bucks, Hangman versus
oh
Danielson, Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler. This is anything like the last Anarchy in the Arena. Was this when we were in Las Vegas when they had the song playing the entire time and Jericho ripped it out or whatever it was?
yeah, that's right.
I saw some other stuff like that. They might be taking some running some muck on that one. So
Yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah, that was one of the. I know, obviously, it's hard to see it on air. You're not gonna have four simultaneous cameras. Maybe they should. They already do picture in picture. Why don't we just do all four, like a quad box like they do on Red Zone, but they just have it for the wrestling. It was nice to see it in person. You're like, oh, there's fighting going over there. They set up a ladder spot over there. Like, oh, now he's at the top of the stage. Oh, they're still fighting in the stands in front of us. It was also good that we were up in the balcony in the 200 section, so we could see a bird's
Mhm.
eye view basically of everything that was going on. But maybe on TV or on pay-per-view, it might not uh, translate into a good match. But in person, it is one of the better matches to watch around because it's going to be absolute chaos. So overall, I'm going to be expecting some crazy high spots. This has been another big blood feud where people's eyes have been gouged out by screwdrivers, and I'm sure Don Callis will make his way into it, doing something dirty, nasty, and something stupid. Hopefully, Kenny Omega probably gets his comeuppance on Don Callis. And I don't know. I'm sure there'll be something big, something crazy. Always the elite always seems to bring in something awesome like that. I'm predicting most likely an elite win because they finally brought back Hangman, is all back together with the elite and all that junk. So that's fine and dandy. Let them have a dub. Because the BCC, they get enough wins all the time, individual wins and shit. So yeah, overall, Anarchy in the Arena. What do you think on this one?
There will be complete chaos. That's when they announced that at the end of last Dynamite. That was awesome.
That was hype. That was hype as
Yeah,
shit. Yeah,
that's gonna be so cool.
absolutely. Let's see if you got any final thoughts on that one. We have the International Championship match with Orange Cassidy. Like I said, not other than Orange Cassidy, no one really announced. Probably going to get some mid-tier talent, and then we're going to get the surprised Blackjack Joker if it's a return. Maybe it's Andrade or something like that, or maybe something or another mid-tier, mid-card type guy. Not really quite sure. If this was the time for Orange Cassidy to lose the international championship, this would probably be it, just because he's defended it like 50 times already.
Yeah.
He's had it for a while.
He's had it for way too long, probably.
Yeah. I know. For some that are like, oh, reigns need to end, or some of the for the same people that are like, oh, these reigns are so long. The Intercontinental title, the World Heavyweight title in WWE, the Women's World Heavyweight title in WWE as well. And then you would say on the flip side as well, the TN they counter it, and they always like to say the TNT title flips so many times. Then you would counter like exactly this: the international championship has only changed twice, 2-3 times, maybe. It's only been Pac and Orange Cassidy, if I'm not mistaken. So we've had this title for 3 years, 2-3 years,
Wow.
1 year. I think I'm already jumping. I'm so bad with this. So had it for like a year and a half, maybe, and exactly that. It's just whatever. Well, whatever. I'm
Yeah,
okay
hopefully there's a new champ with that.
yeah, maybe if it is even just a returning guy like Pac or Andrade or anything, something like that. That's fine with me. Let's see. TBS Championship: Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie. In the same sense, this is a rematch from a couple of Dynamites ago. If this was going to be the time for Jade Cargill to drop the title, this would be a good person to lose it to. In Taya Valkyrie, someone who can actually work on the women's side, who doesn't have, it's not unrealistic that she wins matches because, like I said, she's built for it. I don't know, like I said, for lack of a better word, but if this is the time to drop it, which I still don't feel they're probably not going to drop Jade Cargill at least she's not going to drop the title anytime soon. This is still the time or opportunity. You might have some false finishes and actually be like, oh shit, maybe this is like, maybe she loses and then she'll just turn around and do her little thing again and win. So if not, I'm not going to lose any sleep about it. But if so, there you go. Maybe Taya Valkyrie will probably be well deserved if she ends up winning this TBS championship. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. It's the first time in a while. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. So
Yeah, at least in the Jade Cargill booking. Yeah, you look at this
yeah.
match and you always chalk it up to that's a dub. You don't worry about that one. If you add it on the DVR, you end up watching that Jade Cargill match in double time because you're like, that's an automatic win. You don't care.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
this one, you don't know. This could possibly be the one. You will see. Next one, TNT title, TNT championship match. Wardlow, Christian Cage in a ladder match. A little quick, sometimes a little quick with these gimmicks is Tony Khan to put stuff in, but Wardlow already shown his range. He's had the steel cage match with Cody Rhodes. He's had regular singles matches and some tag matches. Now let's throw in a ladder match. It actually might be his second ladder match in AEW if he wasn't already part of that Casino Battle Royal.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might have been in that at
Yeah,
some
maybe a
point, but
year or two ago.
he won it, didn't he?
No, I feel like
Or
Brian
no,
Cage did. I
no,
think wasn't he
yeah.
the big return, and then he got the
Powerhouse
chip.
Hobbs won it this recently
Yes,
too.
yeah,
So
exactly. So yeah, exactly, it all morphs together when all these big guys are in the same match together and they all end up winning. They're all the same person.
yeah.
Uh, like I said, we're getting to Wardlow and Christian Cage in a ladder match. Uh, I did like the chance of when Christian has been on this tirade of he finds out that you got a dead dad, so he's gonna talk about that. So that was really cool. And then the fans counter with Edge is better, clap clap clap, Edge is better. They have to tone that down on the audio side, so that's always funny. Uh, Overall, like I said, Christian might be doing one of his best heel work of all time,
Oh
at
yeah.
least in the past recent years for sure. And Wardlow, maybe still for some little green around the gills, a little green when it comes to wrestling and stuff like that. For sure on the speaking side, I like a couple memes of him. They're talking just sort of calling him Joe Swanson for his outfit and gear that he came out on Dynamite this past week. But that's neither here nor there. Just overall, putting Wardlow with a veteran that'll most likely lead this ladder match, make him look good, make Christian look good, and all around it'll probably be competitive. We'll see Luchasaurus get in there and try and do some fuckery. I don't know who's gonna end up winning this one. And again, it's you throw out the idea of again it's the TNT title, it could flip hands so quickly, or it might just stay. It may just need to stay with Wardlow just to keep some sort of I don't know some sort of momentum with any one of these guys. So, but again, I feel like Christian can get a loss and still be red hot considering he's just an hateful ass wipe right now. So,
Yeah.
any thoughts right now? Wardlow versus Christian in the ladder match.
Yeah, hopefully I want Wardlow to win because I mean they've been flip-flopping it a lot lately, so hopefully the Wardlow can get the win here. And yeah, I think Christian will be fine if he loses. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, gets that they can get some heat on him, and then Luchasaurus getting involved can also fart around some stuff too.
yeah,
Let's see. World Tag Team titles, FTR versus
I'll be
Jay
right
Lethal.
back.
Sure thing. Uh in that case, yeah. In that case, I'll just do no, I'll keep going with tag titles. FTR versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett with Mark Briscoe as the special guest referee. I think that like again, that might not be hitting everyone's niche spot of like, oh, I need to see this, or why is Jeff Jarrett on my TV screen? It's 2023. They've been putting together some pretty solid matches, whether you like it or not. FTR is one of the best performers, whether you like it or not. So I'm gonna be loving this. Jay Lethal is also again. I can't hate on Jay Lethal either. He brings it every single time. So if you want four guys that are absolutely going to be phenomenal working and just putting together a tag match that is going to be traditional and just worth a watch, and it's not going to be flip flopping and high flying. It's going to be a very big change of pace from this entire show. Uh, so maybe, like I said, it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I'm going to be looking forward to FTR versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett with Mark Briscoe as the special guest referee. Again, maybe some tomfoolery from that big fuck and then Sanjay Dutt, but I'm sure that I'm sure that something somehow some way with Mark Briscoe being the special guest referee, I'm sure stuff will be called down the middle. They'll finally have their comeuppance of Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett being the fake friends in this situation. And then FTR will be like, you see, they were the assholes the whole time and we were the good guys. So hopefully something like that happens. But like I said, there's tons of tomfoolery can happen between Rod, I don't even remember that I don't know, the giant 7'4" guy, and then Sanjay Dutt can get involved, like I just said. So
Yeah.
I'm like I had mentioned why you were off the thing. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, this FTR versus Jay Lethal Jeff Jarrett match, but in terms of putting together a good traditional tag team match where everyone's gonna, it's gonna at the end of the day, you're probably gonna end up caring about it. This is gonna be a good match. So any thoughts lingering on FTR versus Lethal and Jarrett?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it should be fun. Jay Lethal and I mean Jeff Jarrett has been doing actually pretty well since he's come in.
Thank
So
you. Thank you. Like I said, jokingly when you went off the side, I said like, "Hey, it's Jeff Jarrett. It's 2023. What the hell is Jeff Jarrett doing on my television screen?" But he's been producing actually, and then, yeah, it's surprisingly it took this long to get Karen Jarrett on TV from the last
mm,
time that we saw. So yeah, overall that looks pretty good. And then any thoughts on Mark Briscoe being the special guest referee? Does that tie into anything? Any thoughts of how you think this will end up?
the FTR will win because of it. Like you said, it'll probably be some way where Mark Briscoe realizes that they're like, oh, these guys should win, and this one, yeah. I mean, whenever there's a special guest referee, there will be something that happens.
Yeah, like I said, just considering the whole Briscoe thing, you can't really. I don't. It'd be crazy to turn Mark Briscoe heel. So I don't know. That's just
Yeah.
me. If you're good on that tag match, we can finish up with the last two. The women's world championship between Hayter and Tony Storm. Again, I just don't really have that much insight. I'm not really going to be caring too much. If the title switches hands, that's fine. I know this whole the Outcasts storyline is pushing it, but to be honest, Britt Baker not even with Britt Baker not being the world champion, Jamie Hayter feels like she's taking a back seat to Britt Baker and everything with all this craziness and the Adam Cole storyline. So that's just how it feels to me. I know Hayter in all her matches, they've been killing it. She has all her following, and that's good and all. But personally, I just have no quarrel, no need to see this match. So if it happens, it happens. It's cool. Whatever. Any thoughts on Hayter versus Tony Storm?
Yeah, I mean they've been building this up for a while. I mean, I guess not really this match alone, but they've just been outcasts and they've been fighting Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker and for just so long. So yeah, it's whatever. They kind of just threw this together last week. Tony Storm was just like, I want to fight you for the title. So
Oh,
they're just
yeah.
doing
I
that
don't.
now.
Yeah, I
So
don't like when they do that, especially last second. Let's just have a rumble last second. No build up, no nothing. It is disappointing, but what are you gonna do?
yeah, it's
Finally, main event. If you can see, four pillars. For the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, AMJF, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara. They've been building, they've been booking, they've been trying to avoid the four-way. Then they got back into it per storyline, but that's just how MJF wanted it to look. Being a dastardly ways. He wanted to get his way possibly, and then cheat, and then do the poke of doom on Sammy Guevara. Tony Khan said, no, 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 that's not going to happen. The Darby and Jungle Boy went ahead and earned their way into a fatal four-way for the World Heavyweight title. And that's exactly what we are getting. I think when we were alluding to this, and when that was finally announced that it was going to happen, probably like a month ago now, I was kind of saying, this is the time to do it. This is they're all young, they're not in their prime yet by any means. While MJF is beyond red hot, he's white hot, like a fucking star, like an actual star. We're seeing a star in the making in him. But this is still the time to do this right now because you build upon this. They all have a main event underneath their belt and their resume. You build on it. Then you have the mold, like, what would it be? Like Steve Harvey's suit analogy. You only need 4 shirts and 4 pairs of pants and then 4 tops. And then you got over 100 different combinations or whatever the fuck he said. I don't know. I'm bad at math. So that's exactly what you would do. You can have MJF, and you can do MJF versus Darby, and then you can do MJF versus Sammy, and then you can do MJF versus Jungle Boy. In this one match, you've been able to create 3 different main events. And then when that title changes, switch it around, and then you're able to build on that. This is it's just plain old booking 101. So anyone that's frowning, poo-pooing, like, oh, we should have just done one, focus on one guy, build on one guy. Why? Then we're just wasting everyone's time. So build on it. Every single, at least in my opinion, every single triple threat fatal four way in AEW / when they had the AEW New Japan Forbidden Door four way, that was still a banger. So every time they've had multiple man matches where multiple stuff is going on, it hits. It hits every single time. Like I said, there's a lot of young guys, a lot of young talent. So hopefully everyone the ideas stay within themselves. Nothing gets too crazy convoluted, and everyone stays safe is what I want to see at the end of the day. I want to see all these guys 100% at the end of the day. So I know I'm sure Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara are gonna be doing their fucking what's that? This standing Spanish flies from the top rope and onto the concrete floor, and Darby's gonna be jumping off of a motorcycle going 90 miles an hour because MJF is the only one that's thinking with his brain, that wants to be be able to move around when he's old enough and still be able to make money, and whatever. That's just how I think it is sometimes. But either way, I feel like at the end of the day, MJF somehow, some way, probably will prevail and get it and retain in only his third match going on, third AEW World Championship match, which is fine with me. You got people complaining. Hey, work smarter, not harder, my guy. So in his little time frame of whatever since being the title, he's only, like I said, put up the title 2 times, but he's put up content after week of content after week of content after week of content. So however you want to see it, that's again, if you want to hate on him for that, that's fine. I look at it that way, of he's just working harder. Like I said, I can keep talking about this and going on and on. What are your thoughts on this fatal 4-way there?
Yeah, I'm glad that they're doing it. I thought that they really were just going to do like MJF versus one of them at first, but I like the whole story that they did building up to it with the tournament and shit. They've all got their own thing. They're all great. I mean, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, Sammy, MJF, it's going to be awesome. It's definitely going to be main event caliber. And yeah, MJF has to I guess not has, but I feel like he'll win this one just because they got to keep the belt on him for now. But this will be a great match to elevate everybody, and they'll all have their own spots, and it'll be great.
Yeah. While there will, of course, be one winner, most likely MJF, everyone I would think is going to be better off after this match, without a doubt. Just like I said, raise everyone up. That's what you want, because you want the higher talent pool to be considered just, competitive in any sort of sense, and actually have good competitive matches that are worthwhile, worth a shit putting on a pay-per-view card. And people want to, like I said, if you're looking to be able to make money and move tickets, you got to build it. You got to build these stars. And when I'm looking at this card, I'm looking at nothing but just built upon just stars that AEW's had from the get-go. So, I mean, this is the 4 of them being in the main event speaks for itself. Having Jamie Hayter being the women's world championship right now, Wardlow being in a ladder match against Christian. You got, of course, like I said, the anarchy in the arena between the elite, and then minus Claudio Moxley and Danielson. You got Wheeler Yuta still there too. So you got 5 out of the 8 guys right there as well. Just tons of stars. I'm overlooking, like I said, a couple other people, Jade Cargill, whatever, but just tons of stars. So stayed upon that. We were on AEW Double or Nothing for a minute. That seems to be pretty good. Any final thoughts, lingering things on Double or Nothing?
Not really. It should be awesome. Awesome pay-per-view as always. Tony Khan never disappoints, so this will be a great weekend.
Hell yeah. We can wrap that bad boy up. And I got, like I said, with our usual send them home happy little segment to finish up the wrestling and just finish up the podcast in general. Unfortunately, my notes are are reloading and they won't load. But luckily, I remember off the top of my head. I just wanted to say, like I said, send them home happy segment. Shout out to Steven Richards, former WWE ECW wrestler. He recently just had a procedure on his back through Instagram and everything. It's kind of looked like it was not looking so good, but he's made some very good, some very big healthy strides going towards a very good recovery. So that's awesome to see him actually walking around in front of his house and on Instagram and stuff like that. He had a GoFundMe or whatever it was, a Kickstarter for the procedure and everything. So I always hate seeing stuff like that. Always hate seeing your former wrestlers that just it sucks when they have to rely on the fans for shit like that. But that's why shout out to a guy like they may not know this, and I think I heard this listening to Terry Funk of all people. That's why he went ahead and did no, actually it might have been Hot Rod Roddy Piper. I think that's why he did movies back in the day, because he wanted insurance. Because I mean, maybe the game has changed now in wrestling of actual providers being brought in and shit like that, but being when you're in the writer, when you're being and acting and in a movie and shit like that, you get into the Actors Guild, and that provides all sort of like premium prime time fucking insurance and shit like that. So it's like, shout out to Seth Rollins if you probably didn't already have something like that ready to go, but I know he's a top tier talent that WWE's given multiple millions of dollars, so I'm sure they have some sort of program ready to go. But I'm sort of sidetracking. I'm going all over the place on this. Shout out to Steven Richards. Like I said, hopefully shit like that, hopefully it doesn't continue to happen to our famous, our favorite wrestlers of past days. But always good to see when stuff like that, when they do go through the procedure, they're recovering well. So to the cap, shout out to Steven Richards. Continue to keep recovering well. We'll be shouting. We'll be looking at that. And if you got on anything else, that'll wrap up episode 19 of No Substitute for Sports. Thank you for joining in as always. Over here on the Degenerates Network, we'll be back next week talking, or probably recapping the pay-per-views we just talked about. Probably getting into some NBA Finals talk, maybe even some NHL Stanley Cup Finals if that's just about done. I'm not entirely sure. We don't really check in on the NHL all too often. Shame on us. I'm sorry. But if you're good, any final thoughts? Anything lingering on before we head on out of here?
No, it was another good episode, and excited for the next one as always.
Absolutely. Until next time, take care. Alan, take your notes. Thank you, Troy, for tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, liking, subscribe, and sharing us around. And be sure to check me out on Friday. If you catch me out on the live, twitch.tv/SportsTownShy. Not giving it away this week, but if you still want the giveaway from last week, hop on in, retweet everything, and get everything, all the following stuff up to whatever number I said. So till next time, take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see yous.